that fucking light. Hi. Looking through the glass again here. So, Christy and I have our little ways of doing things. And for some reason, it's we get on the live and we go totally blank because we're both so nervous. Nervous. That's right? But so we get really nervous. We don't know what we want to talk about. Well, we just started talking because we always continue to talk after we get off the live because we can talk for days and days and days, no problem. I think that would not bother us, not one bit. And we started talking about, what was it exactly? Hi.
Why you're scared.
Why it is I'm so scared, because I was talking about how you were discussing how Jesus casted out a demon.
Yeah.
From a person that suffered from seizures. And I was telling you, because of what I experienced when I was younger and had the visitors, and I don't know if angels look exactly like humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These faces were not exactly human, but they were human-like. That the faces, because it was just like a whoosh, a face, and then another face in my mind's eye, in my spirit eye.
Yeah.
Is what you like to refer to it as, is the spirit eye, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in my spirit eye, that's what I had seen, but I had heard them from the clairaudience. So I don't want to call them demons because they're not bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that they were demons because they obviously are not bad, because they are protecting me. And they have been protected me. But what I was saying when you started saying that, and I said yes, and I suffered from seizures, that's why I want to say that no, I absolutely was possessed. But every time I say that, I hear a screaming in me, and that screaming in me is what I would consider to be my spirit, my higher self, who communicates. You know what I mean? That special part of me that communicates and holds, the conversations with my angels and everything. I hear it go scream down that channel, because there's like a channel. That's how I envision it in my head. And I hear it going, no, you cannot be fully possessed because of who you are. And that's why I was telling you, maybe the exorcism was the demon choosing to leave me.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed the shaman for. And that's why the shaman said, because I guess maybe they promised that they would do this, or I am of their blood, or I am of their kind. I don't know exactly, but those things are hard to say. Those things are revealed in time. You know what I mean? But that's kind of I want to say is what it felt like. Matthew 17, 15, and 18. Matthew 17, 15, and 18. What does it say?
Okay, let me go back in
But so the point of this also, while you're looking that up, the point of me coming on this live and the reason why I said, I just got it. It's just the truth. I'm treading very scary lines. And that is why I've always been quiet about it. That is why I've never told exactly what I've been told or what I've felt or have been honest with everybody. And a part of me absolutely feels like I'm in this whirlwind of magical fairy dust. I don't know how to explain it. And what is the best words that I'm not the best poet.
You want to hear the Bible verse?
Yeah, did I finish what I was saying?
I don't know. I was waiting.
But anyhow, what I was explaining to Christy was it's very difficult for me because my discernment to so many people and what I'm claiming, my discernment has to be on absolute target. And what people thought about me has always been important to me because that's how I value my life. My life is, we were talking about that yesterday, the legacy that I want to leave is how people see me and what I'm known for. That is what is most important to me. Is I don't put value on my life based upon my riches or whatever. I put value on my life based on when somebody thinks about me or my name is heard, what is the first word that pops in their head? What's the first vision that pop in their head? Somebody with love.
Butterscotch.
I was going to say, you always remember me for butterscotch. but then there leads that, but we were talking about that's what makes us different is because we value our legacy is us.
Yeah.
And what we have given.
Yes.
And our relationships that we have. That is what's important to us. The riches, that is the riches. That is life. That is just pure life right there. But me coming out talking about all this was a huge leap for me in faith, definitely. Ginormous leap of faith. And you and I were discussing it, and I was saying that no, I argued with God. I straight up argued with God. I threw a hissy fit and I said things to God that I am not very proud of. and I will be dead honest on that. I said things to God that I am not very proud of. But that's between me and God. Because I was not happy because I did not have to come out about the drugs and the freaking exorcism and being visited by some other dimensional beings. I don't look at them as bad because they were there to protect me. And I know that there has always been in every story the good bad guys. But I know it is a very scary thing for people to actually believe in somebody else's discernment on that level, because that takes such discernment, and it scares me. That's why I come to you a lot, or I have my people that I trust that I go to. But
Yeah.
but that is the absolute truth, people. If you read it, or if you read this, that's how you know there was somebody old talking. If you ever hear this, read this, or whatever, and maybe you're reading my lips, I don't know, maybe it actually gets transcribed someday. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, crap. Well, anyhow, I know I was talking about I think that the demon had decided to leave me. I think that that was part of the plan type thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Matthew 17, 15, and 18. What does that say?
It says, Lord, have mercy on my son. He said, he has seizures. And another translation says he has epilepsy and is suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or in the water. That's 15. And then 18 says, Jesus rebuked the demon and it came out of the boy and he was healed at that moment.
It was really weird because I felt my body lift up out of the bathtub, and when it came back down, it was laid down very gently. Like it was almost like as in taking a deep breath. Like almost like to breathe life back into me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like baptism.
Huh. I have so many different things being said to me right now, and I'm having a really hard time absolutely hearing one of them. The song Jolene just came in my head. Does that mean anything to anybody?
Jolene, Jolene.
Yes.
Jolene, Jolene.
Does that mean anything to you?
I don't think so.
But that's the song, yes. I don't know why. Hopefully that helps somebody or gets to who it needs to get to. So do you get messages like that?
I get so many weird messages. I'll tell you one story that I actually just recently read was, well, there's a couple. There was one that was like, there was a guy that was working at a convenience store, right? And he brought a gun to work. He was going to commit suicide that night. And he told God, if you exist, like he didn't believe in God, he's like, if you exist, I expect someone to come in here and do jumping jacks in front of the cooler or something like that. I forget exactly what they were supposed to do. And so this girl was driving. She's listening, as a teenage girl, she's listening to her Christian music. And something kept telling her to stop at the gas station and to go get a drink out of the cooler. And she was also arguing with God, was like, I don't want to drink. And God was like, you need to stop at this convenience store and you need to go get a drink out of the cooler, right? And she said that. So she went in, she stopped at this gas station, this random gas station, went to the cooler, took out a drink, and then she was told to start doing jumping jacks. And she was arguing to God. She's like, I'm not going to do jumping jacks in front of the store. I'm like the only person here. And he was like, better do jumping jacks. And she did jumping jacks, and the guy came up to her and told her what was happening. And they both realized that
wow.
That was God.
And that's a testament to say right there, you need to keep your inner child. Yeah. Because if you aren't willing to even have that thought of doing something like that, you know, but God also knows us and uses us as he sees fit.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't have asked like me. He would have been like, okay, Kirsty can't do jumping jacks, so let me go. Let me go ask one of my more fit followers.
I don't think it has to do with being fit. I think it has to do with being well endowed. It would be more of things, you know, getting black eyes. Oh man. So now do you categorize that as being psychic, or do you categorize that as being connected to God and the divine? Or do you see it as both? How do you view that ability?
I believe that when you have a relationship with God, you're asked to do things. Like it's not necessarily like an ability or a connection or anything. Just when you have a relationship, like just like I can go and talk to God whenever I need to about anything, he should be able to do the same. And so along with the discernment, you know, if you have your heart open to hear God's voice and your life open to hear God's voice, you will hear it. I've had it so many times. I told you, like I have arguments with God about things, just like the girl did.
I've been having arguments about doing this, what I'm doing right now. So every day.
Yeah. Just like the story I told you about the money, I had an argument with him.
Yeah. Well, the biggest argument was me driving home after this was right before the exorcism. I'm going to call it what it was, an exorcism that was performed by divine. It was, you know, it literally was an exorcism, whether it was, you know, my theory of that the demon was actually there to help and protect me from worse magic or worse things being called to me, if that makes sense. Sorry, I was just kind of being told that's what it was. Sorry. But regardless of what it was a freaking miracle, and it was divine. It was God's hand. That is what it was. And I can't call it anything else, regardless of who did what in my spiritual team or God's spiritual team, or however he worked it or did it. He just, because that's what I refer, the Lord did it, was that part doesn't really matter. What matters is that there was divine intervention in my life on that. And I have no idea where I was going with that. My brain so I hit my head again. And since doing that, which I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that clip, I don't think I would be sitting here talking, having a conversation, forgetting what I was going to say. Because that was insane. But anyhow, so I don't even know where I was at. Are you laughing at me?
Well, what you said kind of reminds me of something. How you said, I was trying to look it up because I don't want to quote the Bible and not know, and I can't find what I want to say.
Okay, so paraphrase. Just say you're paraphrasing.
Okay, I'm paraphrasing. There's a part in Daniel where it describes something where you were saying like how you felt like the demon decided that to leave you and whatnot, and other things we had talked about that you don't really share details, but I had told you about that part in the book of Daniel where God uses evil. God has before used evil to make
sure his plans happen.
Yeah, so before he has used evil for good.
And that's what I was saying was in every movie, in every story where there's evil and there's good, and there's all magic and this and that, the storybooks, there's always the good bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it reminds me of. That is the reminiscence that I feel in my heart when I picture their energy. And like I said, I believe that there was worse things being casted to me. But if I was not already claimed, or if I was not already under a certain level of attack, then that would have been able to take in. That would have been able to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe honestly happened, because it was right after we moved out of state and right after somebody freaked out, and that person absolutely had knowledge and abilities 100%. And there was more than one. And there's a fine line between love and hate. And that fine line is what it is, because the intensity of the emotions are very similar. But I know there's rituals that can absolutely bring things into this world.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe was what happened. And they had seen it. They had foreseen it. They knew it was coming. And that's what I was being warned. That's what I was being told. When I was told that, oh, hi, I don't know who you are. When I was told that they weren't here to hurt me, but they had to scare me.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I got warned every time. Every time something was going to happen, I actually got told. And they said they're going to use it. It said they're going to use your head to make against you, because when I hit my head, to make you seem crazy. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So I believe that whole attack thing was so, but it still took God's hand to do all of that. Did I totally go off subject?
Not really.
But there's What really got at me to thinking that, or understanding more and more that it was an absolute exorcism, is the type of seizures that I had. The fact that they couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with me. There was no signs of it or anything. Um, but when you show exorcisms happening, that's exactly what it was like in my seizures. And I could hear everything. I had thoughts. That was the weirdest part. Now, the real bad stuff, I don't remember at all. But anyhow, you were saying,
What was I saying?
I don't remember. So the light's getting to me. So I think we're done with this live.
Yeah, the light in your room.
Yeah, the light I have for the video.
Yeah.
Did you have anything you wanted to add, Christy?
No. I wish I could find that in the book of Daniel, but I just looked and I couldn't find it. But that's what it reminded me of.
Say it again?
How God used evil for his purpose, so for his plan.
Yeah. Well, never mind. No, I'm told not to. Okay. Never mind. I was going to tell a story, but I got told not to. I'm throwing a fit right now. Well, thank you for watching this. Please check out our Animals Everything. You don't have to be into my crazy life in order to support the animals. Okay. You can think I'm one crazy loony person and still support the animals. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I would love you just the same. And I promise you would love me too. All right. Check out the Animals Everywhere channel on YouTube. I keep forgetting to put it into the link in the videos, but I do have videos everywhere with the links on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm not sure if they're on TikTok yet, but please go subscribe and check out that one to help support that channel. I need to get that one growing, please. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much, Christy, for having this conversation with me and us. Till next time, stay looking in through the glass. Follow me. Love you guys.